Welcome everybody to this very exciting video. I am beyond excited because do you remember when I said this a few weeks ago? Yes, please do a rainbow. And now I'm doing a rainbow and I'm regretting my life choices. Yeah, we're finally getting rid of the rainbow. The only rainbow that is going to be allowed in the future in my life is a pride flag, nothing else. This rainbow shelf is the absolute worst. It takes me hours to find a book. Yesterday I was looking for a book and I didn't find it because I didn't know what it looked like, and then I Googled it, but of course the cover had a different color than the spine. It was a whole thing. I hated every single second of it. It was the worst. So I am very glad that today we are finally getting rid of it. I am going to be doing what I usually do, and I'm going to be arranging them by genre. So we're going to do a Greek mythology shelf, we're going to do a vampire shelf, a fantasy shelf, multiple fantasy shelves, honestly. Everything that I could dream of, we're going to do, because this isn't it. So the first step is getting everything off the shelves before you can get stuff on the shelves again. That shouldn't be the first step. The first step should be more appropriate clothing, because I'm gonna sweat because moving books is a workout. And since I got some new books, you can watch that up there. Honestly, I have to put them somewhere. Right now, they're just like laying flat over there and I stack them on my book cart. It's bad. To be honest, I have no books on top of the shelf. So on top of there's just nothing. So I might stack books on top of my shelf, but I will only do that with books that I have that are in the boxes still. So let's get going. The plant is heavy. The plant is secured. Merry Christmas! It's so bad. Look at all those cute ornaments. I'm just gonna put it next to my bed. By the way, I'm just gonna be changing this shelf. I'm gonna leave the shelf next to the bed, and I'm also gonna leave the big rainbow tower. I might make this one a purely romance shelf. Step one, as always, get rid of the fake plants, because I don't like the idea of having real plants on my shelf, so they're all fake. And water. By the way, my water bottle, I love it, I'm obsessed. It was the Halloween edition of this water bottle, and I still have it. These fake plants are all from IKEA. I think they're pretty good. They don't look as fake from afar. Like if you take a close look at them, of course they're fake, but from afar, they're pretty good. And Santa Claus is coming. Can you tell that I'm procrastinating already and I haven't even started? Because putting them in a rainbow was easy. Getting them back to their genre, that's tough. That is really tough. But I think the best bet is making piles again and then just looking at which piles are the worst. See, this is what I meant with boxes that can go on top of there. Like the Throne of Glass box. I can put all my Throne of Glass paperbacks in there and then put them on top of the shelf, and that way they don't get like dusty and ugh when they're on top of there. Every time I do this, I am astonished by the amount of daggers that I have. Like, why do I have random daggers on my shelf? They're not sharp, they're not needed, but I said they're decoration. I have been waiting to get rid of this rainbow for ages. And it feels good to finally have an organized shelf again. Because this is not an organized shelf. It might look pretty, but it's the worst. I don't know how often I've complained about this shelf, but a lot. Christmas ornaments. My desk is already full, so these are gonna go somewhere else. I was just gonna say I feel like I'm a collector, and then I realized that I actually am a collector and that there's nobody who would say anything different, because I literally collect the dead shavings of trees that were printed with words. And I love it. This is a teacup with a mug that I got from my first ever Illumicrate box years ago, and it's just collecting dust at the bottom of my shelf. Looking pretty, but I think that's its purpose, so we're fine. See, the thing is, this is about the point where I'm like, I don't want it anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I just started. I still have it. I literally just started 20 minutes ago. This pile of books that I've been wanting to get rid of for ages. Here they are, but I've never actually gone anywhere and donated them, which is a shame. But yeah, we're getting rid of all of these. Pumpkins! These are left over from my fall decor. I'm not sure where to put them because they're huge. The shelves are freed. I don't think there's anything left on them. So right now I'm just gonna take out all of those books and I'm gonna see you when I am overwhelmed with the amount of books that I have. I'm going to try to do some organizing in different categories while I put them away, because I feel like that would be a good thing. Adult fantasy. Greek mythology? This is already starting out horrible. Witches? I don't know. I need a big space for romance. Sports romance. There is a random bookmark in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. It's just there. YA fantasy. Cozy fantasy. I have a Cassandra Clare shelf, but it's full. But it'll be emptier because some of the books in the Cassandra Clare shelves are in boxes, so I can put them up there. This is Chain of Thorns. I have it. I haven't read any of the books in that series yet, but I might just start with those because, to be honest, I'm never gonna finish the Mortal Instruments. Yeah, I've said it. I'm never gonna finish them. I don't like them. They don't make me happy. So I might like these. Who knows? And yes, I know there's Easter eggs, but I don't care at this point. Thrillers. Here. I did one shelf, and I feel like quitting. Good talk. Vampires are gonna go here. Let me check something. Yep, here is the thing. I just found Tower of Dawn relatively fast because I knew it was blue. But now I'm looking for another blue. I'm looking for Assassin's Blade. Let's see how fast I can find it. Got it! You see what I mean? It's a curse. The Rainbow Shelf is a curse, but I found it. Now the Throne of Glass series is secured in the box, and I can put it on top of the shelf because I'm too small to wipe down the top of the shelf, even with the chair. So, just gonna put them on there. I'm just gonna put all of the Olivia Blake books in Dark Academia. I know that some of them are vampires and others are something else, but I'm just gonna put them all into Dark Academia, that way I can find them easily. See, this one is One for My Enemy. This is also like fantasy stuff. Dark Academia is just like a mood, and every single book can fit into that mood. Dark Academia, you can go here. I had vampires. Here it is. Vampires. Okay, I have a very important question to ask you. Shatter Me books. Fantasy or science fiction? Technically, they are dystopian, I think. But I don't have a shelf for dystopian. I don't have as much dystopian stuff because my Divergent books are at my parents' house. Also, The Hunger Games, same category. Same time period, honestly, so I'm not sure what to do with those. For now, I'm just gonna put them in YA fantasy and I'm gonna see later. Romance, thrillers. I guess She's Too Pretty to Burn. I think this is a thriller. I think she's like revenge stuff. Asian fantasy. Where was Asian fantasy? Here. By the way, I recently heard a lot of people saying that like they got mold on their books because they put them away at the back of the bookshelf. My books are not moldy. The humidity in the room here isn't that bad, so I'm scared, but I'm still gonna put them at the back of the shelf just because I have so much decor to put in front of them and not enough space. If you have a book that has witches, vampires, and werewolves, where would you put that? I know fantasy, but if I have a vampires subgenre, do they go in the vampires book? I think they go in the vampires subgenre, because the vampires are important. It looks like I haven't done anything. Like if I stand here, my shelves could still be full. Why? I should do a non-fiction shelf. I really should. I never thought I'd need a non-fiction shelf. What do I do with those? Witches? Yes. Also, Princes of Hell. Science fiction. The only good thing about doing this beforehand and then just later putting the books back in is there is no good thing. I'm not enjoying it. For some reason, I love doing my bookshelves. Right now, I'm just piling the books on the floor, and I think, okay, I don't need to put effort into piling the books on the floor, but it will save me time later when I'm putting the books back in, which makes sense, right? What do I do with fiction? I dropped a book. I'm doing a horrible job. I would just like to clarify that now. Why am I complaining so much? I did this to myself. I've had this book for so long and I've never wanted to read it. I don't even know where to put it. Like, this is what it looks like right now. We're not going anywhere with this. It takes ages. I don't like it. We're gonna have a change of plans. You see this? How this shelf is smaller than the others? We're gonna change that again. I did that so that I could put the Throne of Glass box vertical. That's the word. And since they're up there now and they don't have to be anymore, I don't need a higher shelf. So I can just make them all the same size. I did it the wrong way. I put it even more up. I was supposed to put it down. I mean, it will look a lot better once I actually do this to all the shelves, but we have time. Okay, new category. Middle Eastern fantasy. It's so beautiful. My piling system is not the best. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna forget what those piles are, by the way, and then I'm just gonna be confused for the rest of the day while I try and figure out what my piles actually mean. More Throne of Glass, because you can never have too many copies of Throne of Glass, right? I mean, you can say whatever you say, but look at this. This is gorgeous. Percy Jackson and the Olympians going straight up on top of the shelves, because they're in a box, they're going up there. I'm so strong! I'm not strong, I have noodle arms. But the books are up there, you can't really see them, but I'm gonna show you later anyway. But the shelf looks better. Now it's basically just the blues and the greens and whatever is down here. I have a Throne of Glass box for all the Throne of Glass books. They would look kind of good. I might try that. Oh, oh my gosh, I have boxes within boxes. I also have Barty Bott's Every Flavor Beans. Shadow and Bone, definitely. The Infernal Devices can go up there. The Vampire Academy one. A Curse So Dark and Lonely, they can also go up there. This is a good way to put books up there and not be scared that I'm gonna hurt them. Then I definitely squished in this Caraval box. And then we have the Throne of Glass one. Nice. I'm just gonna try and fit them in there later, but for now, I know that I have these boxes, which is good. Wow. This is ugly. Do I even need to say things? Doesn't have romance. Romance. Another copy of Throne of Glass. Why am I like this? You know what I hate the most about this shelf? Like, the way that it was designed before. There was a crime book next to a Harry Potter book next to dark romance. It just doesn't work well with me and my brain. I don't want to do this anymore. They do look pretty like this, so I'm just gonna put them up. They're also extremely heavy. I have to, like, my elbow is resting on my hip. Let me just get up here. Put it in here for now. Sorry, wait. I did it! Oh my goodness. I'm never sure if you're supposed to put them back. I'm also not sure if this is the right order for the A Curse So Dark and Lonely books, but it's the one that I picked, so we're sticking with it. They're also gonna go on top of the shelf. Do you see what I'm doing here? I'm like procrastinating the cleaning the books out part, and I'm just like enjoying redecorating. I like it. It looks good. You can't see. I'm gonna show you later. Let's get going. Honestly, I'm just gonna take these books out really quick. I'm gonna be fast. I'm gonna try my best. ready to tackle the rest of these books and then to do the fun part, which is actually putting the books on the shelves. Let's go. No! My romance pile just fell. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna leave it for now, and I'm just gonna pretend that nothing happened. If I put this book on my historical romance shelf pile, it's gonna fall. So I'm just, yep, not happening. So, question. The Witch and the Vampire. Is this witches or vampires? Don't fall. If you fall, I'm gonna be angry. I'm talking to books again. ACOTAR! At this point, I'm just throwing the romance books on the pile of romance books. I did it. To be honest, with the last 2 shelves, I was just throwing them in the middle of the room. I don't care anymore. Honestly, these are all the books that we have. That's just all the piles. So the plan now is to fill up all the box sets that I have with the books in the box sets. I was also pretty sure that I had more boxes, but I don't. I'm still thinking if I should just put the Red Queen series up there even though they don't have a box. I might just do that. I'm gonna put you a little bit higher just so that you can see up there. This is what we're talking about. On top of the shelf. Clockwork something something. City of the other things. I'm just gonna put them up there now. Just gonna vaguely point. I have a weird idea. I'm gonna put all my Cassandra Clare books up there because I'm not gonna rate them. The issue that I'm having now is I don't know where the last one of those is. It's somewhere down there, but I'm sure I'll find it at some point. Did it! This is the first tall shelf, and this is usually where I put all the prettiest books because this is what you see most of the time. And so I like to put the pretty books in these middle 3 shelves over these 2 It's a thing. I have a feeling that my bookshelves are just gonna be a little cramped. Okay, I'm gonna go with a route that I usually go with, and I'm gonna start with, what is this? This one. Yeah, for sure, fine. Let's go here. I'm just gonna put it here as a symbolic thing, and then maybe putting science fiction here. This could be a good science fiction shelf. This has been my science fiction shelf before. More science fiction. I'm just gonna put them on the shelves where I think they should go. So I'm gonna put witches down here at the bottom. The Dune books, still not sure if they're staying here or if they're leaving. Leaving to the top of the shelf, not leaving completely. We're back here. This is very dark. Let me... It's not really much better, but it's a little better. So right now I have Ice Hockey Romances here. I have my book nook, which is gonna go back on the bookshelf. And then I have a whole bunch of dust jackets that I don't really have space for. These are the original Throne of Glass and ACOTAR dust jackets. These are just all the dust jackets that I have replacements for. At this point, I'm not even sure what I'm doing and why I'm putting them in front of each other. I have space problems, okay? There is no space. So I'm gonna have to make some space. Sports romance, and then we're gonna put dark romance here. Billionaire romance can go to dark romance, right? The funny thing is that this is gonna be the shelf. Like, out of all of these books, I've read all of them. I'm just gonna put them here and then I'm gonna decide what to do with them later. Like, in what order they should go. I'm just gonna get them all here. This is not safe, but I have it. Oops. I'm gonna put the Addicted series down here. That seems good. I have a lot of Tessa Bailey books. Do they fit down here? Okay, fine. The rest of those, honestly, just piling, more piling. I think that's about as good as it gets with the romance shelf. So we're gonna go back to the regular shelf now. But I think it looks kind of fun. I don't know where to start. See, I do know where to start. I want to start with those books that you can't see right now, with the fantasy piles. I don't know how, because the books I wanted to start with are at the bottom, because they're the books I wanted to start with before. A Court of Silver Flames, just as a representative. And we're gonna put those here for now. Cassandra Clare, I have Swordcatcher. I might read this. For some reason, I feel like I've lost books. I don't know where they went, but I definitely lost some books on the way. You know what? We're gonna start with Middle Eastern fantasy, because that's a small pile and I can deal with that. We're gonna do them here. By the way, look at these beautiful, stunning editions. They're so cool with the... I love them. There's definitely some books. I only have We Free the Stars right now. Where is the other one? I'm gonna also start with my generalized fiction shelf up here. Okay, this is the symbol for the dark academia shelf. Where do I do this? I'm feeling here. I'm feeling this is the shelf. Okay, for now. I'm probably gonna switch it up about a billion times. I also need a Greek mythology shelf, which is gonna be pretty large. Here? I have no idea what I'm doing. I just thought I had an incredible idea until I realized that it was a horrible idea. I was thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna make a royalty shelf. Like fantasy royalty. Every single one of those that I have is fantasy royalty. I don't think I could do one that is specifically not fantasy royalty. Ocean. I see ocean over there. That's ocean. And then, ooh, we have, let's see, this is, Divine Rivals is fantasy, but it's also just, there's not really a lot of magic. So maybe I should do very little magic fantasy books and then more magic fantasy books. I'm gonna put Divine Rivals here. And then I'm just gonna slowly go with it. I dropped them all! It's fine, we're doing fine. I'm working on the top section now, because this shelf is gonna be Asian fantasy. It has been Asian fantasy before, it's gonna be Asian fantasy again. Cheat. Nobody saw this, right? Nobody saw it. Shh. Oh, I know how we're doing this. Everybody look away. What happened? I didn't see anything. Did you saw anything? Crazy how those books just fit up there, right? They don't. In case you missed it, I'm gonna repeat it once and only once. Daughter of the Moon Goddess. There's 2 other books behind that. Yeah, I don't feel sorry for that. This is it. Greek mythology at its best. Most of these books I've not read. I also have the Lore Olympus graphic novels here. Just gonna squish them in. I'm not sure this is gonna be enough space for all of them. Yeah, this is not gonna work. Circe is the book that has been on my TBR the longest. I don't know why. I'm just scared of it, because the Song of Achilles broke my heart into a billion pieces. We're gonna put lore next to a Lore Olympus just because it's funny. And then all of these 3, like Electra, Pandora, Ithaca. I know Ithaca is not a person but a place. I'm just gonna put them all next to each other. But I'm gonna put this over here just cause Medusa, right? So, then we got all of these. Percy Jackson, Chalice of Gods. We can go here, maybe? Happy. These 2 maybe upright. Oh my gosh, I remember what I used to do. I'm just gonna, wait. You can't even see what I'm doing because the shelf is in the way. But I used to just put the book in front of the other books like that. But this is the fiction/non-fiction shelf. Now that is confusing, I know. We have fiction in the sense of literary fiction, so basically no plot. I'm sorry, I'm so mean today. But we also have non-fiction, which is also no plot. So I think they fit well together. So this is fiction. I've never read The Midnight Library, so I'm just guessing that it's fiction. And then I'm just gonna put the non-fiction in a way that makes sense to me and nobody else. Maybe I'm gonna put me versus brain here because this kind of looks funny. I'm moving you to, where is my murder shelf gonna go? Is this gonna be the murder shelf? No, this was gonna be the ocean shelf. I can do the ocean shelf with you guys, yay. Ocean. It fits. See, I told you the ocean shelf wasn't the hard thing. Found this, this goes here. Middle Eastern. But then the Bridge Kingdom, if Bridge Kingdom already says enough, I think this is also water. And then that's vampires. Is this bad? Does this make sense? I'm pretty sure I have more ocean. Yes, I do. I don't necessarily know about this book, but there's a boat on the back, so I'm just gonna assume. And then this is gonna go here. And then we have another finished shelf. Alrighty. I don't even know where to begin with these. Babel. I have more than one copy of Babel, technically. Oh, but that's on my rainbow pile tower, whatever it is. I have so many Olivia Blake books. Ace of Spades. Ugh. Let me get the rest, I think. Not sure. Okay. Stalking Jack the Ripper. Okay, what is this? These three. I still need to take off that sticker. And then I also want to put Bloodmarked, and I also want to put Legendborn in there. That's it for that job. Oh, I have more. I didn't think I had more. Yeah. Yeah, that we could do that now. This is everything. How am I doing this? And I think now I'm ready for some murder. So we're doing the murder shelf, and we're doing the murder shelf on the top. So, for some reason the murder shelf gets like fuller every single day, and I don't know what to do with all these books. I could read them, but that seems too easy, right? These are also on the murder shelf. I think it's a crime and thriller shelf with a little bit of horror mixed in. It's a weird shelf, okay? This is why I call it the murder shelf. The general consensus of this shelf is people are dying. That's the whole point. I think this is a thriller. I'm kind of proud of this shelf. It looks cool. This is what we still have to do. And I don't know how we're gonna do this, but we are. So let's go. I did it. That was easier than expected. Then this is the vampire shelf. Let me grab the vampires really quick. Okay, I think we're kind of gonna come back to this. I still like the idea of a royalty shelf right here, so I'm gonna collect all the royalty books that I have with fantasy, and I'm gonna put them in here. But they can't have any other of the tropes that I am collecting. So no vampire royalty, no nothing else, just pure royalty. Be right back. Do these go here? Are these royalty enough? I don't know yet. I'm gonna keep looking. I mean, one of them's a prince. The Cruel Prince, that's royalty. If I've ever seen royalty, that's royalty. Castle in the Bones, Castle, that's royalty, right? Hear me out. I have some questionable choices. The Queen's Rising is not a questionable choice, that is Queen. This is also, he's a prince, it's royalty. This is fairies, but Dance of Thieves, not sure. Defy the Night is definitely fairies. Fairies. Kingdom, again the prince, right? All of these were on one pile and they're all royalty. I like it. This is not gonna fit. It's not gonna fit in here if I want it to look pretty, which I do. So sorry. The Cruel Prince has to go. I don't want it here. Something is off about this shelf, and I don't know what it is. That's better, isn't it? It's always just coming back to the Sarah J. Maas shrine. The plan is finding books similar to Divine Rivals to put on this shelf. And I found a few. I found actually another book by Rebecca Ross that I never read. So I'm putting this here and then this here. Then I have The Book That Wouldn't Burn. I feel like that sort of fits the vibe. A Study in Drowning is definitely similar. The Sun in the Void? No, not sure what this is about, but yeah. Clockwork Girl. I think Body of Stars is similar. I've not read it yet though. And then I have Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that and move on. But I still have space on that other side. I'm just gonna leave it open for now. I don't know what the plan is exactly, but this is gonna be the high fantasy shelf, which makes sense because honestly, Play the Prisoner, she's made out of gold, okay? We're changing moods 100% because this is gonna be romance, historical romance. So we have Queen Bee, which is just a better version of Bridgerton. It's romance. Like that. Is that cute? So for the bottom one, I was originally gonna go with fantasy but set in the real world, and then I switched things up because I don't really want to do that. So I'm just gonna go with a random fantasy series. We have Prison Healer. That's just gonna wander in here. Kingdom of the Wicked. Only a Monster. The Walled Garden and The Midnight Lie. Ta-da! More. I think I'm switching too much because I put so many books on the top of the shelf. I have a lot more space, and I have a few more shelves that are completely empty. So for the bottom one, I was thinking Magical School, which is just Zodiac Academy and Harry Potter. I was also thinking maybe Shatter Me. Doesn't really fit in that vibe, but it's also a series with a lot of books. So I think that's just what I'm doing because I don't have any other space to put it. Going here. Oh, this is so heavy. Poison Season. I don't know where this would go. Okay. I think it's been a while since I actually put them on the shelf like this and not in a pile. I just usually pile them up. I'm just gonna put them next to Harry Potter. They don't fit there at all. Like the vibes are off. I don't care about these. I'm not gonna do anything special with these. Okay, let's go. Not sure that makes a lot of sense, but it's what I've done. I'm living on the edge here with this chair that I'm always climbing on. The invisible life. This doesn't make any sense anymore. The only person this doesn't make sense to is me. So nobody else that's gonna be in my room is gonna be like, wow, those books are not the same category. Nobody cares. This is the weirdest. Like my fairy tales. Guess who's done? Okay, I'm gonna give you the full view of it now. It looks a lot more messy than it did before, but I like it that way because in my head, this isn't messy. It's not. This has order. I like it. I'm so happy with myself right now. This is incredible. It is completely dark outside, and I'm done with arranging the books. Now comes the fun part, which is decorating the shelves. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. I'm gonna do all the things that I want to do, and you're just gonna get a time lapse. And after that, you're gonna get a tour, but I'm already gonna say goodbye to you now because I don't think I'm gonna speak again. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you for the next video that I make. Bye, and enjoy the tour.